What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Corporate Mullet Podcast. Joining us today for episode 3, A Balancing Act. And before we kick that off, just wanted to highlight the special location that we're in today. There should be clips going right now showing some bits and parts of the house, but Sachin got a dope Airbnb here for this trip. And yeah, if you want to chime in on that.
Yeah, I mean, so some context to what we're doing out here. We're here visiting some clients. We're here also doing some networking and making some potential new connections to help expand our business on the side, which we both act as advisors for. So came down here, had some successful client meetings, but figured, hey, why don't we throw in a little bit of fun too, since we are going to be down in Los Angeles. Might as well
Define a little. You didn't just rent a Camry.
Just a little bit, just a little bit of fun, just to shake things up a little bit, because life just at a desk gets boring, and if you're just floating from meeting to meeting, you'll burn out really fast. So figured, hey, it's the end of the year. Why don't we kind of just go all out on this trip so that we can really focus on setting ourselves up for success going into 2024, while also having a little bit of time to just unwind and enjoy ourselves. So we've got this beautiful house on Airbnb. We've been here, 4 days now?
4 days.
So this is day 4. And on top of that, we got to have some fun with the special little car that we rented too, which I'm sure we'll run a few clips here so you guys can see it. For those of you that love cars, McLaren 570S. Fantastic car. Absolutely fallen in love with that thing.
Yup.
I need one.
And tip to all you vloggers out there, make sure the camera's always running, because we missed some moments where if we would have had them on these clips, it would have just made the icing on the cake. So, but yeah, supercars make people's vision of you completely different, even though you may not be in that position. So, which fits perfectly with this podcast today. But yeah, to kick things off, balancing act. So I guess we should tackle into how does someone get into a stage of burnout first? Like where does because to back pedal a bit, people don't normally think about the balancing act or work-life balance until you've hit a point of burnout. So I feel like everyone hits that point of burnout. So I guess walk us through, Sachin, I guess the first time you hit burnout and like what kind of led up to that.
I never burn out.
All right, here we go.
No. It's like for me, I feel like the burnout comes when you're running at like 110% day in, day out, and it turns into the expectation, not the exception, right? Yes, salespeople, you like the more hours you put in, researching, conducting outreach, meeting with clients, being on site, all that stuff. Yeah, it's great. But at the end of the day, to be an effective salesperson, kind of tying into what we spoke about in our last episode, you have to be in the right mental state too. So at least for me, there was a point where in one of my previous roles, I was given a lot of new accounts. I was given a lot of new responsibilities, and it all happened very, very, very quickly, right? So it went from, hey, you're managing this one account. This is your ramp up, blah, blah. That lasted about a month. And then month 2, it's like, hey, here's 12 accounts. Ramp up on all of them immediately, come up with detailed account plans for all of them, and let's see how we can double, triple our revenue in the next year. And I'm sitting there like, wait, what? It's a great it's a great challenge to have though, right? But it also kind of put me in that state of, oh, hey, like I have to put in a lot of hours into this, a lot of long nights, early mornings, no time with family, no time to go out with friends and enjoy myself. Even on the weekends, you're working through the weekends too. And after doing that for like a quarter, as I was trying to like set myself up for success with that book of business, I was feeling it. I was feeling the stress. I was feeling worn out. Usually I'm excited to wake up in the morning and get to my desk and see, what's going on. Did any clients message me, or or what's happening? Let's get caught up. And I'm excited to get to my desk. But after that, I dreaded it. That was like the first time I was like late for a stand-up call was after that. It was the first time where like I called out sick one day just to like take a nap and like take like a mental health day. I was like,
I think every rep has done that at
right.
some point.
I'm like, I just need a break. And even though I'm working remote, I'm just like, I don't want to feel like I have to answer a call or email that comes in. So let me just take the day off and unwind a little bit, because it was getting to me. But what helped is when we started planning a lot of like the on-site visits with a lot of these clients, and I was traveling with the team. That was kind of my first experience of enjoying business travel, where the main focus is there. You have a purpose. That is your main purpose. You're not on vacation, right? But that doesn't mean that when you're flying around, traveling, exploring new cities, that you can't enjoy them, explore them, go have some fun.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a big part that kind of helps you see I guess it's like a happy side effect of all the hard work that you put in. So that kind of helps motivate and drive you forward to then get back on the horse and, go sprint at 110% again. Obviously never sustainable.
Yeah.
But no, those breaks that come in, it's a great time to kind of bond with the team as well, right? Especially in like situation this last week, right? We're advisories for a smaller startup and stuff like that, and we're out here meeting with clients. We're out here trying to build a new book of business, build out a new vertical, new channels for sales, things like that. But a lot of it was also, hey, we're able to immerse the entire team in the entire process, which kind of helps us all understand each other's roles better, understand the role of the organization at the client site better, how the clients view us as well, and then through the fun, the team is kind of aligned on the same goal as well.
Yeah, it's definitely like a professional sports team, right? Like, you're going to town for business, but you are going like city to city to city. And sales, I mean, you guys have always heard the sports analogies. I feel like that's a given. So, you're in town for business, and then once you take care of that business, go have fun. Go drive the McLaren down Rodeo in Santa Monica. go take care of that stuff. So, I completely understand on that end. And, I've this year just been exposed to traveling for work. Never really had that opportunity before. And it's exactly like you said. Your VP takes you out, like you earn the right to go to, wherever for killing it the past couple of months. And then you kind of get to see a different side of whoever you go with.
Yeah.
And then you get to know them a little bit more. And it's just fuel to the fire, man, to keep going and selling, because without that, you don't have access to
those
the second part. It's like you're looking at a PIP. You're not looking at that travel. So definitely, no, 100% agree. So the balancing act is the way to become the top rep at a company, for sure.
No, definitely. And I think we can shift it to a little bit of a perspective of from like an entrepreneurship perspective as well, right? It's a great way to build confidence in your team and reward them as well. I think it's something that a lot of smaller orgs don't fully take advantage of, that we've worked with in the past, where the employees just are not, they're not fully engaged because they don't feel like they're respected, valued, or anything like that. But you take your team on a nice trip, everyone's heard of the corporate retreat and stuff.
Yeah, President's Club
and all that. President's Club's different. That's fun.
Yeah.
But, like, how do you inject some fun into it so that, you're building some trust in the brand with your employees. You're building, they're happy to come to work and things like that. And I feel like doing things like this, you open them up to new experiences. They're excited for the next trip as well. It helps kind of, again, like I said before, align everyone to the same goal. And it's definitely an investment, but I think it's a worthwhile one, because life isn't all about just working day in, day out. And you have to give that to yourself. But if you're running your own business, you have to give that to your team as well.
Right.
Because otherwise you have no team.
Right.
And then you have no business.
Right. It just crumbles back down. You just yourself at that point. But yeah, no, great segue on that end. So coming back to that kind of timeline, once you've experienced that initial, like, I am, like that drug of like expecting closes or with that work email or clients requesting help, now you're in the burnout zone, right? I know you kind of touched on it. But do you have any specific instance where, like, you thought the world was coming to an end, and I don't know, people started like, hey man, what's going on? And it's always usually like a backroom talk, like, you look like you need some sleep or something like that.
Yes and no. It's so I don't know. I feel like I've been fortunate enough to never have that sort of stress and pressure in my roles where it's to the point where I can't, like, I'm about to just drop. But I think the most stressful time where it was something like that was really is my first role as a BDR, because I knew it was an opportunity that was like, for me at least, the way I looked at it was once in a lifetime. I can build a career in something that I enjoy doing. I'd been trying to break into tech for a while, and I didn't want to mess it up. So it was a new industry for me, new vertical. I didn't know anyone, new company, new everything. So I wanted to just hit the ground running as fast as possible. And from day one, we live in California, but I was given the East Coast territory.
Oof.
So what I would do is basically I'm like, hey, I want to showcase how dedicated I am to this role and how I'm going to help the AEs bring in new business and bring in new logos. So I would get to the office. This was pre-pandemic, so there's no remote working or anything like that. I would get to the office by 5:30, 6 in the morning and start dialing, because then it's 9 a.m. on the East Coast. And start dialing, start doing research, start putting together reports and presentations on, status reports and things like that on exactly what our outreach campaigns are doing and where we're seeing traction, things like that. And then I wouldn't leave early. I would just be there till like the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it's basically like almost like a 12-hour day in the office, and
Yeah,
I would take like my 1 hour break
Yeah.
for lunch, right? And at that point, I was just running on caffeine basically.
Yeah.
But it helped a lot. It kind of, I got immersed in the industry and learned it very quickly, sure. But at the same time, I had no time to do anything for myself. I'd just get home and just go to sleep.
Right.
And I was starting to get to that point where it was just, I was starting to feel like a little overwhelmed. I'm like, is this worth it? What am I doing? Because it was an entry-level BDR role.
Yeah.
It's not like I was making a bunch of money or anything.
No.
So I'm like, is this worth it really?
Yeah.
And then, my old boss, he kind of had a talk with me. He's like, hey man, like you look a little stressed out. Everything good? I'm like, yeah, I feel a little overworked. And he was like, he was great. He was basically like, don't worry about it. Like, why don't you take a day, like go home, sleep it off, like relax a little.
Isn't it funny
slow
how,
the pace a little?
Yeah, isn't it funny how they always say that? Like, bro, you see me day in, day out. You know my hours, bro.
Yeah.
Like
No, for a little while, like my boss didn't know I was coming in at 6.
Oh, wow.
I was just there before he was. So like he didn't know, and he would be traveling to visit clients and stuff too. We were a small team, you know. But then it ended up, he was like, hey, going forward, with the East Coast at least, if you want to come in at 6, great. Why don't you do like 6 to 3?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's fair. That sounds good. And I feel like I'd already established myself within the organization at that point.
Yeah.
And then within a few months after that, I moved up to the hybrid AMAE role and stuff. And so it helped. It worked.
Yeah.
Right? It helped deliver the results quickly. But it almost took me off the path of sales and consulting. It was just, it almost was like, I was almost like, it's just not worth it anymore.
Those first 3 months thoughts, man, you're just like, what am I doing? Like, is this worth it?
Well, a year and a few months in, how about you? Have you experienced any burnout situations?
Plenty, bro. Plenty. I mean, I think I've gone through a couple just like in recent times as well. But, just like you said, when you first come in, I felt too, because you brought me into sales, I also had like an expectation to be like, hey, I want to make sure that like your faith wasn't ill put. So like for me, I feel like there was that pressure too subtly. So when I first started, my first week was just garbage, bro. Like I couldn't book anything. My talk track was trash. The company took that and to this day uses it as training. Like this guy ended up being our best rep, but look where he started. So it was brutal. So I felt like, hey, I have to prove myself. So I'm always like notoriously known when I joined, at least as a BDR, when I joined an organization, I'm the guy who's making 100 calls, multiple
minimum
emails, and like just doing everything in my power to break any record any BDR had set prior to me. And it works out. Management loves it. But then, it's not sustainable. So I quickly had to learn, like, hey, how can I produce the same without working as I'm working? And that's when I started, like, really reevaluating my process. And it's not pretty. I worked at, I don't want to be like any slanderer or anything, but I worked at a couple sweatshops. And they don't take too kindly to you, like, pulling back on it. So it took some justification, but once you kind of proved yourself and can still put up those numbers with half, the calls or being more strategic, that's when the balancing act. You start perfecting your craft. You start researching better sales methods instead of shotgunning. How can I focus in on bigger clientele? Things like that. So I think for me, burnout leads to, how do I say it? Like, you improve your process. It's unfortunate right now where at my current skill level, I talk to you, and that kind of helps. But other than that, it's just kind of trial and error. So until it hits, you're kind of just like boom, boom, boom. So
there's two options though, right? You said like burnout leads to kind of improving your skill set and, you know, growing as a salesperson as well. But there's two ways to look at it, right? I agree. That's one path forward. Mm-hmm. The other path is you're done. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You just end up being like a drone in the organization. And like that's what you want to definitely avoid.
Yep.
So like to like tie it back, I mean, I feel like things like this, we were working all 3 days. We were here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we were working. And then today, Saturday, it is Saturday. Okay, yeah.
Too much fun.
I lose track of days. But today is Saturday, and, you know, we're recording the podcast. We still have some prep work to do. Tomorrow we have photo shoots for another client and all that stuff for the advisory side. And the work is all there, but it like tying in the fun aspect of it too, I feel like it just helps kind of relieve the pressure on the team. Because, I mean, I'm sure as you've seen, by the way, guys, when we were talking about this startup that we're acting as advisors for, we'll definitely go into a little bit more detail around exactly what's going on there and give you a breakdown of who they are in the future. They're, you know, I guess, big supporters of the show.
They love it.
So stay tuned. You'll hear more about that soon. Most of you might already know since you know us, but whatever.
But maybe those viewers in Europe, you may not. You know, you never know.
But yeah, I mean, tying in the fun really helps like break it up. So why don't we jump in and kind of break down what our week looked like, and we'll throw in some clips that we took and kind of show you guys everything we were able to experience, because honestly, it was a fantastic week. We had a ton of fun, and we were really productive. We got a lot of work done, met with a lot of clients. So
and this is the perfect topic too, because the way we started it, we were road tripping down from SAC to LA. And I immediately started the conversation with Satch. I was like, man, I am exhausted, like mentally, like I feel like I lost, you know, a bit of my way and things of that. And now we're on, you know, the day we're leaving, and I feel great. Like, you know, a little McLaren, a little truth ale, you know, it took some hardships from that. But, you know, that's the best part is you take that criticism and then you use it to move forward. And then you get to enjoy the fun things. So it's like a mental refresher, but without taking your foot off the pedal. So describing the week, like that's how it started and that's how it ended. So the in-between was just a lot of like, hey, like let's focus in on some of these accounts. Let's start calling them. Turns out a lot of them have like customer support, like phone trees, but nothing really corporate. So like get those out of the weeds and start focusing on things that answered. So out of those calls, we did have one really good one that I have high hopes for. So that was good. And then also embracing the opportunity. Like last night on our way back from the bar, you know, on an Uber ride, this lady's talking about how she needs SEO or what did she say?
I think she was looking for SEO support or something for her startup with her and her partner or something. So would it pan out? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe not. But
all to say that it's just you never know where opportunity could be, right? Like it's just crazy how things could work out. So the week though has been great, grinded, focusing. You know, definitely learned a lot from Sachin and his business partner, and just soaked it in.
Yeah, I mean, like so. Let's break down how the week went. What do we do, right? So like Wednesday, early start to the day. You know, 6-hour drive ahead of us. Mm-hmm. Jump in the car, and I don't know, man. I feel like we just like teleported to LA. Like,
dude, it was that the fastest drive ever.
That trip was really quick, so we had a nice smooth trip down, and on the way down, actually the night before, I get a message from the Airbnb host saying that the original spot, like there was a leak in the ceiling or something, but he was awesome. We'll drop a link to his Airbnb stuff. We're not sponsored or anything, but the dude was great. He was a great host, an awesome property. He immediately moved us to one of his other properties near West Hollywood, so. Real seamless and smooth, easy to get in. But we got here, and when that happened, it turns out the new property was a little bit cheaper, so we got a little refund. Yeah. So on the drive down, just like kind of on a whim, we were like, you know what? Let's just rent a supercar and see how it goes. So we find this place and we're like texting the dude, and they end up like delivering the McLaren from like Huntington Beach. We'll drop a link to them below too, because their cars were awesome. The service was great. Price was great. They got great deals if you're down around LA.
Yeah.
Monza Exotics. Shout out to you guys. Great fucking car.
Yeah, bit phenomenal. It's celebrity status car
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, it was so much fun. But like, so the car gets delivered here around like 3:45, 4 o'clock. And of course, knowing us, the first thing we want to do is just take it out on the street and see what's going on.
Yup.
So we find like the nearest like rooftop bar to go kind of sync up and see like, strategize for the week and kind of what we're planning to do over the next few days. And we had a good session. Where would we go?
EPLP.
Yeah, cool spot in
Like
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, corner of Beverly. I don't know. There's so many little towns or whatever you want to call
LA, I don't get this grid there. Like there's Fairfax and West Hollywood, WeHo, and
Sohey. Shout out.
It's all LA to me. New York was a lot easier for me.
The
with
boroughs.
the
It's
5
easy,
boroughs.
know. Yeah.
There's 50 little grids here, and I don't know where I am. But no, so like we kind of had our little like prep strat session there, and then ended up going out for some dinner with the business partners.
Where we had the best chili flake known to man.
He won't stop with
Best
these chili flakes.
known to man.
And they took the label off the bottle, so
And they didn't tell me.
know.
The server set me up, bro. She told me they were spicy chili flakes. I didn't think anything like that existed until I had them, and then at the end, she had the nerve not to know what it was. Like, no offense to her, but like now I'm like, that's all I'm thinking about. So maybe later today I might just go back there, like you said, and
take a Ziploc
see
bag,
how much they'll sell it for, and I'm taking that home, man. It's phenomenal.
By the way, we're talking like the chili flakes. We're talking about like the little packets that you get from like the pizza spots and everything.
Yeah,
little
but this came in a cup, bro.
This came in a
nice glass cup with a spoon.
They were like, "Be careful with it," and he was like, "No."
They didn't explain their product well enough, bro.
No, that place was good for dinner, and we got to have like a quick sync with the business as well to make sure we were all aligned going into the next few days.
Yeah.
Thursday, we wanted to go get some content for you guys, so we spent a good chunk of the day around.
Hold on, you got to start off with the sandwiches.
Oh my God! All right.
Bro.
If you come to LA and you want like a quick, easy breakfast, nothing fancy, not like brunch style or anything, like a breakfast burrito or a breakfast sandwich, oh my God, we tried this place called what was Egg Tuck.
Egg Tuck.
Oh my! This is one of the only few places I've seen where the food in the picture looks like the actual food without having to go to like a Michelin restaurant or something.
Yeah.
It actually looked like the pictures on the website.
It tasted just as good as it looked too.
Oh,
on top.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
I had like a egg cheese tater tot burrito.
I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity to try both, so I'm getting the sandwich and I'm getting the burrito.
Oh, and the sandwiches, nice brioche there. And we've been talking about this breakfast since we ate it. Basically, this dude saved some for like dinner the same day too. No, great breakfast that we had over there. And then met some cool guys over there too.
Yeah.
While trying to open the doors to the McLaren, we got stuck in the parking lot, but
it's okay, brother. Move the windshield.
But yeah, I mean, from there Then we hit the streets and wanted to see, hey, where can we get some cool footage for you guys? Where can we meet some cool people? Kind of explore LA a little bit. It's been a while since I've been down here, a couple of years now. So no, it was fun. We went hit Santa Monica, Rodeo.
Just walked around the pier.
We walked around the pier for a bit, met some interesting characters.
Told us to move the camera.
I
didn't get it. I wish I was recording. But
I was talking about our singing dude.
Oh yeah. No, we got him. But I'm talking about the dude at the bar who was just like some camera, and then he started doing this. And I was
so
like, hey,
we're trying to talk and like prepare because we had a client meeting next day, right? So we're trying to prepare it like this. What was it called? I forgot the name of the bar, but it was at the end of the Santa Monica Pier, and so we're just having a beer, kind of strategizing for the next day before heading back to get more footage. And like this dude, he just comes over and he starts like mumbling to us and stuff.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what was going on, and like the staff didn't know what was going on either. But weird situation.
Yeah.
But luckily,
guy looked normal too, and I was like, "Hey man, are you using these stools here so we can sit down?" And he's like, "Literally, cameraman." I'm like, "Oh no." So you know how people are, man. Those people gravitate towards you because you gave them attention. it just goes to show, man, someone could look normal and they can just be, you
Off
know,
the rocker.
yeah, you never know. But yeah, that was cool. And then the drive back too was nice. And then we try to go to the Coconut Club, which I guess was another bar inside the Beverly Hilton. So we go up to like reception, complete idiots, and just like, hey, like, where's the Coconut Club? Now, instead of directing us to where the bar could be, because all we're looking for is a bar.
We even said, we were like, hey, if the Coconut Club isn't here, we'll just go to the hotel bar. It's fine. But, oh, bro, we got the receptionist. They started to argue. So apparently the Coconut Club was like a pop-up bar or something.
Yeah.
So it wasn't there anymore. But we were showing them on the map because they didn't believe us.
Yep.
We were like, no, it brought us here.
Yep.
And they were like, oh, shit, yeah, it is here. but then... They realized where it was, and they were like, oh, that's where Trader Vic's was.
Yeah.
And one dude is like, oh, yeah, they closed a while ago. They closed in like 2017, 18, so it could be the bar there. And then this chick is like, no, they closed like 20 years ago. It's been so long. They haven't been around forever. And now, like, the two people at the reception
Pissing match.
they're just like arguing with each other.
Yeah, who's
they're
more
like
LA?
raising their voice and stuff. Like, who knows LA better? Who's really from here and all this? And we're just like, yo, where's the bar?
Yeah. Yeah. So just like a board meeting, you're like, hey, that's cool. Where's the bar? You know, like y'all can spat about this when we're gone. So just like that. Oh, it's you can go to the hotel bar or you can go to where the Coconut Club used to be.
Yeah.
There's the bar down there.
I'm curious though, if anyone watching is from LA and you know Trader Vic's near the
here we
Beverly
go.
Hills Hilton, let us know when they close, man. I'm curious now.
But please don't come in here with no explanation. Just when it closed so we can go back there and like, hey, y'all were both wrong or something, you know? So,
but no, that was fun. We met a really cool bartender there. I'll let you kind of talk about
Jose,
him.
man. Again, you know, a thing with sales here, I never really could connect with people at this level. So with Jose, we were just building rapport the whole time we were there. You know, trusting his decisions. That's something that me and Sachin always do is we go to the bartender and be like, hey, what do you recommend? Like, what's your special? What's your go-to? And, you know, some of the times they're wrong, but a lot of the times they're right. You know, they know their craft. So Jose, you know, he's like, he makes a really good old-fashioned. All right, we'll take two of those. And by golly, they were really good old-fashioned.
Yeah.
They were really good. None of this broken up ice cubes or none of that. So it was perfect. And just started building rapport, learning a little bit more about him and what he's been doing in L.A., you know, Salvadorian old head, super cool.
Yeah, he's been here since what, 75?
75 something, man. At that same hotel.
At the same hotel,
He's
yeah.
seen all the changes going on there. And, you know, we're just chopping it up. And to start off the night, we asked him, like, yo, how much does that McKellen 25 go for? It's like $400 a shot or something. So we're both
388.63.
Yeah,
They had a very specific, like, few cents added on to the end for
why
whatever
not 387, bro? Like, what's that? 60? So
Or just call it 400 at that point,
Yeah.
or 390, you know, whatever.
So that was all good and well. So that's how it started. And then we start chopping it up, ordered a little bit more, you know, Modelo's, get those going. And then, you know, Jose's just being a real cool guy. So we start asking him, like, hey, man, like, any way we can just get like a shot of that 25? And he's like, oh, I can't, you know, management cameras, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he pauses and he goes, let me see what I can do.
He like hides the bottle like at the back of the bar and like pours us one shot to just like split it just for a taster.
I've never tried it before, so it was cool. And I wasn't going to spend $400 to find out.
Yeah.
Or whatever, 63 cents.
That's the important part right there.
So he hooked it up and, you know, he blessed us and it was a good time. Jose took care of us and, you know, we took care of him with the tip at the end. So it was perfect, man. The Beverly Hilton looks ugly as can't say that word, but outside, but inside it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no,
It's
it
really
was
nice.
a cool spot. Only thing is, man, the reception people were super friendly. When I asked for the bathroom, they sent me to the basement. There was one right next to us. And I'm like, God, oh, man.
Yeah,
But no, real cool spot.
Poor handoff.
And then what did we do from there? Oh, yeah, we were cruising back down to the Airbnb then to go get dinner again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when we ran into the vibe.
Yeah. I guess this is like, you know, when we were talking about it with people from LA, this happens all the time, I guess. I guess everyone just drives a supercar or whatever. But we're exiting the hotel parking lot, and there's this guy on a bike. I think he works at the hotel. I'm not too sure. And he's just like, hey, like, nice ride, guys. I'm like, oh, yeah, thanks. not thinking much of it. So then we pull out of the Hotel Beverly, and we're going down towards Rodeo, and who's coming up besides us? It's the guy on the bike again. And we're like, hey, you're the guy from the hotel. He's like, yeah, what's up? What's going on?
I hope you found us, bro. We told you about the podcast.
And
he did message us.
Yeah, dude, for real. We owe you one. And we're just driving. And then he's like, so, you know, LA traffic, we're like, stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So the second time he catches up to us, he's like, hey, man, you guys want a hit of this? And we're like, what? And then he just throws this joint into the car. And we're like, what the hell? We don't even have a lighter.
Oh, yeah. So we have the top down in the McLaren. We're just cruising. And like this dude, just hippie looking dude, you know, with his tie-dye hoodie on, chasing us around and just having a blast on his bicycle. And like he just lobbed a joint over into the car.
Perfect accuracy. Perfect accuracy into the hands, bro. It was like a magical moment. Like
he's done this before.
Yeah, 100%. So then, again, we're like, hey, we don't have a lighter. He throws the lighter in there. And then we're like, now the lights turn green and like cars have gone in front of us. So we're just like holding on to like light it and then just like toss it back. But nope. He's just like, go. It's okay. Go. Are you sure? Next thing I know, Sachin just hits the gas, bro. We're like, no.
We were trying to throw him a business card or something.
It's like to contact us.
Man,
no,
like,
but that was awesome, man. And then just like the whole drive, people are looking. We've had people with like camera phones recording the car. People being like, hey, like, you know, nice car, guys. Like, what do you do? And it's just like, bro, it's just.
I'm not a fan of that still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a rental. Like, you know, people just assume that like that's your car.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of all the attention that comes with the cars. I just want to enjoy the car, but then, you know, everybody on the highway wants to pass you or something.
Yeah. Oh,
and
but in the car, man, like, yeah, they try to pass you, but they also let you in.
That's true. Yeah.
They let you in.
Yeah. This is the first time I've driven in LA. I used to travel down here a lot for work, but this is the first time I've been to LA and driven on the highway where I didn't have to just like yeet the car into the next lane when there's a gap. If I indicate, people slow down. I'm like, you know what? Great. Y'all realize that's how you're supposed to drive now.
Yeah. And I swear, like, the valet has like a walkie or something, bro. But when you pull up with the nice car, staff treats you so nice. Like, so nice.
No, forget that. They better, because we go to Santa Monica. We park like right across from the pier, and there's a big sign that says public parking, $10. I'm like, okay, $10. That's not bad. You know, like, we pay more in Sacramento to park, and we're right across the pier.
Yeah.
We pull into the parking garage, go down to the attendant, and I don't know why in LA all the parking garages there's attendants for all of them.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, you hit the button, take the ticket like every other place.
Yeah.
But so the dude comes up to us and he's like, $20. I'm like, wait, dude, your sign says $10. And I didn't realize that until after we left. So I'm like, okay, yeah, $20. And he gave us like, they had like a section in the front that was like VIP or whatever.
Yeah.
So they put the car there. And it's not like he valeted the car for the money. It was
self-park.
We still parked ourselves. He just told us which spot to go into. But like we go back up and we're like, wait a minute, because I thought, oh, maybe there was an extra charge or something, whatever, because it's that seat. But then they had another sign next to the original sign that was like $5 extra for oversized vehicles and trucks. I'm like, dude, this thing is tiny. And even then it should have been 15 where the extra 5 come from. But hey, whatever. We got a great parking spot, so it was fine. But yeah, parking's been a pain.
Yeah, and then last night we were just
yesterday was like the real busy day.
Yeah.
No, before all of that, what we had we had an early start to the day on Friday. Yeah, you forgot the whole reason we came down.
No, I'm just like the food there was subpar, but like the company was great.
We had an early start to the morning where we were basically like just doing some dialing, some prospecting for where we advise. So we're working on that, kind of building out the funnel as well, and cleaning up the CRM a little. And then immediately we had to run for a lunch meeting. Where was it? Like past Calabasas.
It's like by those
Westlake.
man-made lakes. Yeah.
Westlake. So we had to go to Westlake for lunch. Cool little spot. Food was all right, but like the spot was really cool.
Yeah.
Nice vibes.
Yeah.
But fun drive down. From there we decided, you know what? Hey, we're all the way out here. We're only like half an hour from Malibu right now with
Yeah.
traffic.
Oh yeah.
So we decided, hey, let's go
PCH.
check out Malibu. We'll take some of the canyon roads since we have the nice car. Go through some tunnels. We have some great clips from that drive
Almost
that we'll
died.
definitely share here. No. I was in full control.
Nah, not for that second, bro. That second, I was like, man.
Gotta break tires loose sometimes.
Yeah,
you know,
true.
that's fun.
True.
When you find that limit of traction, I'm not gonna get into racing. Forget about that. But yeah, no, we had a blast driving through the canyons, and then we found this spot. It was called Rafi, and it looked really
Rafi
nice.
Lounge,
It said
yeah.
Rafi Lounge, so we thought, hey, you know, we're with the business partner. Let's go grab a drink, kind of debrief on how all the meetings of the day went, and you know, get caught up. And we our partner gets there first, and turns out it was like a juice bar, but like a really nice juice bar. But
Great
we
view.
decided, hey, let's go closer to the water. So
Nobu,
first of all, we were
Nobu.
about to go down a dirt road because we didn't know how to get into this
yeah.
place. But luckily, as we pull out and like we go park in the spot, it's like raised up on a hill. We look down and like right on the beach, there's Nobu. And we were like, okay, yeah, let's go there. Let's go grab a drink there. So we go across and you know, we go to Nobu, grab a couple drinks there and kind of debrief on the day. That is honestly one of the most beautiful locations for a restaurant,
Yeah,
and like the way they
by
have it set
far.
up, unbelievable.
By far.
Unbelievable. If you guys get a chance, definitely go try it out. Phenomenal location.
Yeah.
Ocean's right there. We were there like right before sunset
Yeah,
too.
the bar
and-
was wide open. It was like we hit like all these spots. I guess like going in through the week was just like perfect. Like there wasn't like too many
No
people.
lines,
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. Given LA,
Yeah. But yeah, Nobu in Malibu was great. Shout out to Drake.
yeah. Shout out to Drake, Future, Nobu.
But yeah, no, we had a blast there and decided, okay, hey, let's get back to the Airbnb because we had a dinner meeting with someone from the Google team, basically, to help kind of expand some of our channel partnership opportunities and expand our sales channels, essentially.
Yeah.
So we had a meeting with him that went great too, and he was kind of showing us around LA. Where'd we go? K-Town, Koreatown. Koreatown was fun.
The something room,
Not Mercantile.
the back room or something.
Break room.
Break room.
Guys, this place, oh my God. Like, even the Uber driver didn't know if we were in the right
Sketch,
spot.
bro.
or not.
I thought we were being set up.
It's like, it's in an alley, right? And it's like a commercial building. And it's like the back of the commercial building.
And then you
And
walk through like
there's
the
houses
kitchen,
there.
bro. Like the kitchen.
Yeah. And so like you walk up, they check your ID, and like this chick like walks you into this door, and you're in like, it's like a commercial office building space kind of thing. It doesn't look like there's a
ghost
bar
kitchen
there or
or
anything.
something.
Like,
yeah.
it's super weird. But chick takes us back, and there's just this vending machine. And she was like, oh, before we go to the bar, since it's your guys' first time here, let me know what you want from this vending machine. And, I'll give you the code, and you can grab what you want. So Michael's looking at this machine, and he's like, you have gum in there? And they're like, yeah, there's Hubba Bubba right there. There's some Hubba Bubba. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll take that. And she was like, okay, I'll give you the code. So now hit this button, hit this button, hit this button. And then the whole vending machine just opened, and she was like, just kidding.
Oh,
No gum for you.
I was
This
so
is just
betrayed, bro. I thought I was gonna get Hubba Bubba. I was like so in the mood,
No, that was just the door to the
Yeah.
bar.
And that's like every bar in K-Town, bro. It was like lock and key. Like, oh, your first time, figure out the handle. And so we're over here fucking, which handle is it? Which
Oh
handle
yeah,
is
there's like 500 door
Yeah.
handles on the wall, and they're like, pull on all of them until you find the door. And I'm just like, man, I'm so happy I went to the bathroom before coming here, because if I needed to go pee or something, and I'm
Yeah.
sitting there yanking on all these handles trying to get in, I would have just busted through the wall.
Yeah. it did like the Kool-Aid man. So you're not bringing in Kool-Aid.
No,
But-
that was a cool spot though. I
Yeah.
liked it. Nice kind of chill vibes there.
Yeah. But yeah,
But-
overall good vibes for sure. And perfect way to end it. It's not over.
Yeah.
But it's looking. It was a great balanced week. Very balanced.
Real productive. Got to relax and unwind. It's been stressful times at the 9 to 5s and also on the side and all of that. So it was nice to kind of get out of the hometown and like go spend some time exploring, kind of unwind while also still getting our stuff done too. But yeah, that's how we wrapped up yesterday. That brings us to today, and early start to the day. Figured, hey, let's start recording while we're here. Let's take advantage of this beautiful house that we have rented.
Yeah.
So might as well record a podcast while we're out here. We have all our gear too. So,
yeah. It's perfect.
We're wrapping this up, and then we're gonna hit the road so we can go drop off the McLaren in Huntington Beach, and then from there we head back home.
Yep. Back to Sacramento.
Yep. With both my dogs in the car too. We have 2 dogs and 3 people in my SUV right now. So
we make it happen.
We make it happen. We make it work.
Before we sign off, 3 tips you would give to someone that's going through burnout right now.
3 tips. If you're going through burnout, step 1, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Take a few deep breaths and make that part of like your I don't know what to call it. I guess your schedule, your routine. Yeah, routine. That's the word I'm looking for.
Telling you,
routine. Make it part of your routine. So like every couple hours, like if you have an Apple Watch, set up the whole breathe thing. That's gonna help you out. So definitely do that to kind of help regulate your stress levels throughout the day. Next thing I would do is also like come up with a plan on how you're going to kind of come out of the current situation, right? What's causing the burnout? Is it the number of hours? Is it the stress from management, leadership, or like kind of what's causing? Identify that point, and then see how you can kind of come up with a plan in order to address it. Because then now you have a path forward, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you kind of get stuck in that bubble where you feel like you don't have a path.
Yeah.
Third thing, this is actually I forgot who sent me this, but it's like a thing that's recommended for people with like ADHD. But I think it helps a lot with like burnout too. It's like I would say it's like almost like an instant gratification thing where like every hour, take like 5-10 minutes to like step away from your desk, go for a walk, step outside, get some fresh air, and then come back to work. You actually end up being like more productive than if you just went through hour by hour by hour, just constantly working. But taking that 5 minutes, 10 minutes to kind of just step away, walk around, go talk to someone in the office if you're in person, or if you're remote, go, hang out in backyard, around the house, whatever it is. Just move away from the space where you're working from and take like a 5-minute breather and then get back. And that reset, even just that few minutes, kind of helps you pick up the pace so you don't have to put in as much time.
Yeah.
So that was something that I used in the past. It was really helpful. So hopefully it helps some other people out there too.
Yeah.
I think that would be my 3.
3.
Or, find another job.
That's true. Hopefully it doesn't come to that point. But my 3 would just be like, walks. I learned a lot from my old CEO. Walks. They always, that's the one thing they let you do is go do laps and all this. So that kind of stuck with me, was just take a lap, and that's kind of what we do in my current company as well. Drink water. We're all super caffeinated. So, the anxiety will kick in. So just, flush it out with water. Make sure it's spring water, because if you're drinking still water, it's not going to do the job. So none of that smart water BS, all spring, all natural.
Never going to win on this. He's got me doing this now too.
Fiji.
Spring water.
Fiji, if they want to throw a sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Third, talk it out. A big thing for me, I probably do too much of this, but I talk it out, with people, not with like your boss or anything, but like your coworkers, if you have that level with them, or your significant other. Don't let that stuff bottle inside of you. Let your thoughts and feelings be known on that. And once you get it out, you'll feel a sense of relief, and then people can also, potentially help you with their ideas or what they've done. So
cool.
Yeah. And that's a wrap on episode 3 here in LA. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I am Michael, one half of the show.
I'm Sachin, the other half.
Thanks for watching.
See you soon.